Good Monday morning, everyone. I'm Rhiannon Ally.
And I'm Morgan Norwood in for Andrew. We begin with an attack on the power grid in North Carolina. It's being called intentional vandalism.
Authorities say cowards opened fire on the largest hospital in the area is running on a generator, but says it is operating normally. It's planned today for the 7-year-old Texas girl kidnapped and murdered, allegedly by a FedEx driver. Iranian state media is denying a claim that Iran is disbanding its controversial morality police. Those officers. It's time now for a look at your Monday weather. Coming up, the play of the year in high school football.
But first, a rogue wave.
Back now with a deadly cruise at the bottom of the world. Coming up, George Clooney's big night.
Also ahead, parents.
Congrats to all of them. We turn now to a terrifying attack on the way to the bus stop. A girl attacked by a raccoon until her mom stepped in. And this wasn't the only animal attack over the weekend. Just incredible, those parents jumping in. Officials are warning residents to secure your trash in proper bins.
Yeah, good advice there. Oh, coming up, the dog. Yes, you heard that right. A dog blamed for a car crash.
Plus, the new entry in Time to Check the Pulse. We begin with a Facebook comment that landed one man in jail.
Oh, you got to listen to this. The sheriff's office in Rockdale County, Georgia, posted its most wanted
day for an otherwise very good boy,
calling it a rough day behind the wheel. See what we did there? Police in guilt. Well, now to North Carolina, a mom who had a baby and then hit the lottery on the same day.
Brenda Gomez-Hernandez. Next, a surprise sing-along at last night's Broadway premiere of A Beautiful Noise, the Neil Diamond musical.
Yeah, take a listen.
A college volleyball player going way above and beyond.
Listen, you got to see.
Morning, one of the original Sesame Street cast members has died.
Here's Will Gans.
Such an incredible career. That's what's making news in America this morning.
Have a great Monday.
Good Monday morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Rhiannon Ally. Andrew is off today, and we have our friend of the show, Morgan Norwood, here. Welcome, Morgan.
Thank you. I'm so happy. And
welcome from LA.
Thank you.
Those of you at home probably recognize her face. She's been at all. But here's what's funny. She literally moved to New York on Saturday.
On Saturday.
Like, come right in overnight. Well, welcome. We're so happy to have you. We're going to have a fantastic show. We're going to welcome Morgan to the show. True World News Now style, but we're going to begin this morning in North Carolina. There are tens of thousands of people there with no power and freezing temperatures.
Yeah, the lights are out and have.
The largest hospital in the area is running on a generator, but the hospital says it is operating normally. The Kennedy Center honors last night after hosting the recipients at the White House. This year's honorees include something we talk a lot about in my house because my kids are obsessed with candy. So we have a sweet survey ahead of the holidays, the top Christmas candies for each state.
Yeah, according to the website Candy Store as a kid, but I love fruit-based candy.
What's your favorite? Favorite?
I know, I picked them out.
So anyone
Don't
really
let anybody
like
treat you like a yellow Starburst or a yellow Laffy Taffy.
You are only
Life
a pink
advice.
or a red. No. You know what's funny, though? I think these candy companies are smart because they're getting in the holiday spirit.
Absolutely.
They're doing the red and green Hershey's Kisses. They're making us feel like they're Christmas related, even if they're the same old thing. All right, coming up, the Sunday night surprise from Neil Diamond.
Plus, Taylor Swift fame.
Big calls for a Justice Department investigation of its practices. Ticketmaster may now have a more formidable opponent on its hands.
Yeah, that's right. More than 2 dozen.
Our thanks to Phil Lipoff. A lot of people will be watching that, but a lot of people also watching Dolly Parton. She makes her first splash on TikTok.
Yes, can't wait to see that. And why Courtney Cox might want to stay away from flying footballs. The Skinny is next.
Oh, that is a great song. It is time now for The Skinny. Will joins us as we start with the big surprise on Broadway last night.
Yeah, the curtain went up for the inaugural performance of A Beautiful Noise, the Neil Diamond musical.
And yes, Neil Diamond himself was there in the used to be in style is not anymore. So, but can you imagine sitting there and you look up and Neil Diamond is just
right.
It's so typical Broadway.
Very typical Broadway. Just after Nicole Kidman surprised everybody at the Music Man. Remember that? That was a cool surprise too. All right, but one superstar who's always on key, the Queen of Country herself.
Oh, Dolly Parton is singing a friend indeed.
Courtney Cox took to Instagram to promote Hollywood history, going to the highest bidder.
The iconic home for the ninth.
Enough cookies to do the truffle shuffle for real lately.
You got to show me. I'm embarrassed to say that I've never seen the Goonies.
Okay,
I hold my head in shame.
Goonies fans know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, finally to a member of the British royal family channeling a superhero.
Yeah, Prince Harry.
This morning, the neighborhood is missing one of its most beloved neighbors.
Bob McGrath, one of the original cast members of Sesame Street, has passed away at the age of 90. Will is back now with more on one of the giants in the world.
Bob McGrath, what a career. That show's so iconic. Absolutely. All of us grew up on it. Now my kids are growing up on it.
All around the world, too, not just here in the United States.
Just amazing. Thanks, Will. More news next. This morning on World News Now, the Supreme Court hears arguments in what could be a landmark case pitting the First Amendment against laws protecting LGBTQ equality.
Yeah, it's
good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. I love when people get creative with their holiday decorations.
I love to see
You're
it.
from North Carolina. You lived in LA.
Yes.
Do they go big for the holidays? Those two?
I think they do. Definitely down in North Carolina.
You're just in time. Just a couple weeks away. I love, those huge skeletons people got for the holidays.
Yes.
I've seen some people in New York City are decorating those with Santa hats and Christmas lights. They're leaving them out. So people get really creative. It's fun.
Nice little hybrid there. I see.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going to get to that story coming up in just a little bit. But we do want to begin this morning with a clash between LGBTQ rights and free speech that is playing out today in the Supreme Court.
Yeah, the justices.
Do we have any idea when we could know the decision on this? It's probably going to take months,
It's going to take a while, yeah.
A lot of people waiting on this, Derek.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right.
Off to be the next senator from Georgia is now nearing the finish line, with Senator Raphael Warnock and Republican challenger Herschel Walker making their final pitches. Walker was joined on the campaign trail by GOP. There is some confusion this morning in Iran over whether the country's so-called morality police has been disbanded. Anger at the group, which...
Rhiannon, it's time to cue the sports music, because at the World Cup, Asia's last two teams, there we go, take the field today. Japan and South Korea face Croatia and Brazil, respectively.
On the pitch yesterday. Coming up next, the massive and deadly rogue wave that struck a cruise ship off the coast of Argentina.
Plus, getting a jump start.
A tradition that was marred by tragedy a year ago resumed in Waukesha, Wisconsin. The city held...
The FedEx driver in Texas is expected to head to court this week, accused of kidnapping and killing a 7-year-old girl. As
investigators look into a popular dog who predicted on social media whether it would be a Bones Day or a No Bones Day has died.
A noodle.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere you go, including aboard a pirate ship in Colorado.
Danny New of our Denver station KMGH TV has the story. People have holiday trees. He's got a pirate ship. We'll take it.
I love it.
And listen, he says he also wrote the software that animates the lights.
That's cool. He said that the software is used all over the world.